watch the game. No. I like the game never leaves me. The game is the show that just will not die. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like an immortal show.
Yeah.
I mean, they're rebooting it now, from what I heard. I mean, it's a reboot.
From
and,
what you heard, you weren't,
I mean,
you're not coming back. That was gonna be my question.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that question, Stevie. But like the thing about it is, I saw this one show they canceled. I was so like disappointed that they canceled it. But it was the show that went into the minds of serial killers, and they only did 3 seasons. I can't remember the name of it, but some of these serial killers and the FBI kind of came up with the diagnosis in the term called serial killer.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of the show?
I remember that. I'm trying to figure out, but I know I've seen.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know it. But the point that I'm trying to make is the FBI in the early stages, I think in the 60s, were going around talking to these people who were killing these people, where we're like, what's going on in their mind? And like they were interviewing some of them, and in their mind, they had a justification as to what they were doing. Yeah. And so I think when you're taking on a character, I'll even give another example. John Voight playing Mickey Donavan. In Mickey's mind, he thinks he's doing the right thing. He thinks he knows best. Meanwhile, on the outside looking in, we're like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? And that's kind of when you take on those characters. So, I think you have to dull down the light part of you that people tend to kind of see you as, and you have to enhance the darkness that this character may be, but having a justification as far as doing it. And you got to do what it takes sometimes. And I don't know if I'm looking forward to, doing something like that. I mean, I am. Like, I think I'd probably go as dark as, like, let's say Denzel in Training Day. You know what I mean? Like, who was a flawed character and had issues. Yeah. But I feel there's no character I can't play. I'm willing to put the work in. And I know it's coming. I
love that, and we believe that. And I mean, but we do love that you aren't completely dark. You are now a live trivia game show called WinQuik. So how did that come about?
Woo! Oh my goodness. What's crazy about the game, right, is so I went in, I auditioned.
Yeah.
As a football player, and I played football in college. And I went in with my tape, what I felt. I auditioned for Malik and Derwin. And I auditioned for both. Yeah. And I don't know. I just went in there and I had a take, but I didn't get it. My boy, in fact, in the pilot, it's my boy Aldous Hodge, who right now is on City on a Hill, and he's been doing amazing work. Okay. And then he's just in One Night in Miami. I mean, he's a beast of an actor, but he's on City on a Hill. But he was the original Derwin in the pilot, and I was just like, oh well. I was just like, Hollywood, they'll say they want a football player, but then they don't get football players or people who even been around the game or whatever. It's the sport of football. Yeah. And, you'd be like, damn, what the hell do they want? Whatever. And then sometimes I realize it's not even about the sport. It's not even, if you go in for a basketball movie or a movie that's based on a topic. Yeah. And let's just say, you have the talent or you or the experience in whatever the topic is, as far as like sport or I can build computers, whatever. Like, they want an actor first. And so they went in, I went in, they eventually went with Aldous Hodge. And then they shot the pilot, and then I think the network wanted to replace him.
Mm.
And then they called me in again, and then I had a whole session, a sit-down session with the casting director. Her name was Suzanne Goddard Smythe, who's such a sweetheart. And she said to me, she's like, "You're gonna get this." And I was like, man, I sure hope that ain't the kiss of death. And but I said, all right, well, let's go. And so we had a work session. We worked for like 2 hours. And I was still a little confused as to what they wanted. And so I had a 2-hour work session. Then I was coming in later that day to work with Mara. So I worked with Mara, and Mara gave me the simplest note. Cause bro, I was auditioning. I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this role. I was like, they want this black football player, but it's like, but they want him this way. I'm like, I'm this type of dude. I play football. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to be doing this for however long they're gonna go on with that. If I have to play it like, it's almost like I'm acting like this, bro. Like, you know, as a football player, right? Yeah. So Mara, I went in, I had jeans, t-shirt, and Timbs on. I was so plain basic. I just went East Coast. So I was just like, I walked in on some Brooklyn shit. I was like, all right. Yeah. And I just had a white t-shirt, jeans, and Timbs. And Mara goes, she says, I like this. And I was like, and so she said, I got one note for you. So we did the audition. And so she said, you seem more relaxed. And she said, play it real. Bruh. Mara said, play it real. I swear to you, Steve, it was like, oh, the clouds moved, B. And I was just like, word, action, bow, 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 bow. And that was it. Mara was like, that's it. That's Derwin. That's Derwin. I was just like, all right, cool. And so she's like, we're going to set up a meeting to go in front of the networks and all that. And I was like, okay. I wasn't really sure how real to take it. Yeah. But I was just like, all right, I'll go through the motions because I loved auditioning, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I went to this big building, and it was me and Trey Wiggs. Okay. Do you remember Trey Wiggs? Yeah. Trey Wiggs? Yeah. Yeah. So me and his name's Chaz. So me and Chaz played Trey Wiggs. Mm-hmm. It was me and him was auditioning for Derwin. And I was like, this dude, right? So we go into this big building, right? We go to this big building. And where you from? Where you at right now?
I'm from Jersey.
Okay, yeah. You in Jersey right now?
In New York.
Okay, so check it. So in Cali, there's the street called Olympics. Big buildings over there, real nice area. So I'm driving over there. Yeah. And so in my what did I have? I think I had a Kia, a beat up Kia or a Saturn or something. And I drove in there, pulled in the building, and I get there, right? It's another time when I was early. So I get there, my agent's like, be on time. I was always late. I was forever late. So I go in there, and they go, you're gonna read with Tia. So I was like, all right, sister. I was like, all right, let's go. I was like, let's go, right? I'm hyped, right? So I go in there, right? And then here come Chaz, right? And so me and Tia, I get to Tia's there, and she working on her lines. And I was like, hey, talking to her. And then Chaz comes in, and then all of a sudden, right? She's like, ah! She gets up, she's hugging this cat, and all this, that, the third. I was like, man, look at these two. I was like this, right? This is some bullshit. I go, man, they trying to set me up. I said, these two know each other. They work together on Sister. I was just like, man, what am I? Yo, bro, I was like, man, I should leave right now. Right?
You just felt completely like this is it.
Bro. Yeah. I was like this. I was like, you know what? Nah. I was like, nah, bump that. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to get busy, right? So, because, I grew up, I boxed and I played football my whole entire life. So I saw that, right? And I was feeling, I was feeling some kind of way, right? So I was like, all right. I said, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to show them. Yeah. And so I go in there, right? I go, I'm ready. Yo, fam, I'm ready. And so Tia's got her lines.
So you have that competitive spirit already.
Yo, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Right.
And I don't even know if I even wanted to roll, but I was like, let's go. I said, they gotta come up here and try to like clown me. I was like, nah. I said, I ain't the one. So I went in there, right? And so Tia's like, Tia, now I'm looking at Tia like, yo, she's up there. She had her show. She got her double mint commercial with her sister.
No.
They doing Old Navy. I said, man, I said, they're gonna try to go in there and try to clown me. I was just like, nah. And I said to Tia, I go, you use your lines? And she was like this, right? She's like, yeah. She's like, even though I shot the pilot, my job's still on the line, so I got to make sure that I'm on point. And I go, but you're using the lines? And she's just like, yeah. Because she's like, I'd rather be, sore or safe, because I guess they rewrote a scene, right? Now, mind you, I've been working on that joint for like a week. I knew it actually like I knew the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, so I went in there, right? There was like action. I was like, blah, 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 blah. In a way, you know what I'm saying? And then like she's doing the thing, whatever. And I was so on, fam, that I was like, nothing can stop me right now.
Yeah. So
they said, okay, Pooch. They said, go, okay, Pooch, wait outside. So I go outside and I'm waiting. And then Chaz goes in. So I'm outside by myself, right? And Tia comes out. And I'm kind of like looking at Tia, and she's like, man, he messed up. And I was like, man, miss me with all that. I said, man, that should miss me with all that. I said, y'all out here friends. I said, man, he probably went in there and killed it. I said, but it's all good though. I said, I'm going to get my shot. I said, I'm going to get my shot. Right. She's like, no, he messed up. And I'm like, looking at it, I was like, because I thought it was some form of sabotage or some craziness, right?
Yeah.
And so Chaz comes out. Chaz comes out. And so Suzanne, the casting director, goes, oh, she's like, okay, guys, thank you so very much. They loved you guys. And they're going to be in touch, right? And so so all three of us were about to leave. And she's like, Tia, Pooch, can you wait a minute? Can you hold on a minute? I was like, yeah, okay. And we were like, all right, see you, Chaz.
Yeah.
Bro. So then me and Tia, and then they go, they want to get the last line clean because I kind of flubbed up the line a little bit, but it was like, I was like, yeah, sure. And I even murked it even more. And then they all clapped. Mara clapped. Mara was so happy, bro. And next thing you know, I think 2 days later, I got the call and they said, yo, Mara called me. Mara called me and said, hello, Derwin. She's like, you're my Derwin. You're my Derwin.
Wow.
And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's true. That's the story.
Change. Like from that moment, I'm sure you have a lot of football fans and even football players themselves.
Well,
right?
bro, yes. I'm friends with a lot of cats. I'm friends with a lot of cats in the league from, basketball, football, and which I still keep in contact with to this day. And so Derwin was such a icon and a part of their growing up in history. It's so weird when you see players like Donavan Mitchell's like, yo, can you take a picture of my mom? He's just like, bro, I grew up watching you, man. And it's like you right here at the NBA Players Choice Awards. And, Jason Tatum, Shaq, like Devin Hester, Deion Sanders, like to be a kid growing up watching these cats and now you friends with them and in the same circle with them, at events with them. It's a true blessing. And so part of that, Steve, is I can only speak for me. I don't see how you don't enjoy that to where it puts you in a good mood to where you don't shine that energy back on people. Like I don't agree with certain actors or entertainers being mean to people or coming out their necks at them. I don't agree with that at all. There's too much love out there.
Absolutely. And being someone who worked on behind the scenes, more so. I've definitely heard a lot of great things about you, and
Oh, thank you.
I've definitely have. And I love that. Would you ever return back to the game? I know we spoke a little briefly about it earlier, and have they asked you to come back for the reboot?
From what I understand, they are doing a reboot, which I'm really happy and excited for them. Um, they mentioned they're making some changes and stuff like that, and really trying to continue with the game brand or franchise and introducing new characters.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I love Mara and I love the cast and what it did for me. I mean, if the situation's right, sure, I'd love to come back and have some fun with them because
we would
what it
love
is,
that, of course. No other
it's not work, bro. It's not work. It's like hanging out with your friends
right?
and you play pickup football as your gym major per se. But sure, I'd love to come back with Tia if that's the case.
Yeah,
Or even Gabrielle Dennis, who plays Janae, my baby mama.
yeah,
Because her and I are really close. She's a real good friend of mine.
love that.
I'd love to see PJ Byrne, who played my agent Irv Smith. But I think as a cast, we'd love to come back and do it
Yeah,
on the level of, like, let's say, like how they did Roseanne, or they're doing
right, exactly.
what's the other show there? They're
Uh,
talking about a Friends reboot. They're talking about they
Fuller House, all of
Fuller
them.
House,
Yeah,
but the creators and the networks have to want it. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, the
And they
people want it, and I think that's the most
the
important.
people the people definitely want it. And what's exciting about the people is they support us, but they're the voice and the audience. And like, when let me just sidebar, when Ray Donovan got canceled after season 7, the
Yeah,
people made such an uproar, in a sense of like, hey, how do you guys cancel like that?
yeah.
And just kept reaching out to Showtime and being like,
Hmm.
come on, man,
Yeah,
this is our show. And next thing you know,
you're back.
Showtime's like, well, we heard you and we're back and we're shooting a
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And the people, I think the fans and the people have so much
Power.
say, it's hard not to respect or listen to them. But as far as uh, us coming back as a full cast, as far as a full game cast, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with
Yeah,
that. I know after Cherry, I got the news, and they made the announcement on the Ray Donovan movie. So right now, that's kind of where I'm focusing,
yeah,
and and auditioning on new projects. But the game's always going to be in my heart, as well as the
yeah,
fans. And if I can help and kind of shed some more light and some more laughs with Derwin, I'm for it.
yeah. Let's get that to work. People, BET. I mean, all of the original writers and producers are on board, so I don't see how difficult it can be. I know for those of you who are probably a little bit confused, like, well, why wouldn't they bring him back? Your contract, you were done with your contract, it was exhausted. You were on to Ray Donovan, and I guess they just didn't see how, although Showtime gave you permission to film the game as well, BET and the producers and everyone that wasn't really sure how maybe you can do both. But hello, he can do it all. So yeah.
Hey man, hey man. Like you said, Showtime had cleared me to continue to be a part of the game.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, it didn't work out in my favor, and I had to say goodbye. I mean, I can't force something that's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was unfortunate because I had a blast over there, but at the same time, I still was looking forward towards my career and being able to do other things. Not that I couldn't do it on the game, but this opportunity presented itself on Ray Donovan when my contract ended on the game, and I got lucky to be working with some Oscar award-winning actors and writers and producers. Mm-hmm. So I was hoping that I could have done both shows cross-promoted. I mean, they're doing it now, and you know, they've done it in the past, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out for us that way. But you know, no love lost. We're still pushing forward, and you know, like you said, the game Reboot's coming out. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it's going to be.
You'll be back, but anyway, let's speak about the game show that you are now going to be hosting.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Let me just. Okay, I was just checking the time. I gotta go to pick up my son. Yes, I have a app that I'm a part of called the WinQuik Trivia app. Mm-hmm. Now it's free to download and it's free to play, and you can win free money and 24 hours a day. I host the Thursday night section where, we have different categories that you can play from. Like some examples are the color green, or food, or finish that lyric. It's almost kind of like I'm like the Black Alex Trebek, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of, and rest in peace, Alex Trebek. But I feel, Steve, there really isn't anything I can't do. I mean, you got Terry Crews being a host, Anthony Anderson being host. It's just like you know, capitalizing on your talents and your fan base and showing your personality and connecting with the people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's different categories within the app that, you know, you can play. There's the one-on-one challenges. There's where you can challenge a friend or family member wherever.
That is,
and
this is
you know,
perfect game to download if you're together with your family this Easter, you know, Sunday dinner. Download.
But it's also fun, Steve. It's fun, and you know, instead of going to spend money on a whole bunch of scratch tickets, like, you know, have your trivia be on point, be quick, and then answer them questions. You know what I mean? Everyone has an opportunity, a fair opportunity to try and win money. And, you know, being a part of it, and the timing's perfect as far as WinQuik, because a lot of people, you know, are home, and a lot of people are on their phones. I mean, a lot of people are addicted to their phones. I get it. But why not try to put your knowledge or your trivia knowledge to the test and, you know, hey, I'm going to try to win some money. And or, hey, there's a game that we used to make up back in the day at school, and I used to play with my best friend, like, hey, Steve, I challenge you to 25 push-ups in 1 minute. If you can do it, you know, you become the winner or what have you. And then we keep going back and forth. And then we put up who is the winner on a leaderboard, so you can recognize who's the winner. And if we don't have a winner, the money rolls over into the following week to where it's a bigger pot.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That way I don't feel cheated. So I like that. So I love that. You know what? Congratulations on all.
Thank you, Steve.
I am very happy for all that you're doing. And
thank you.
I know you got to go pick up the boy, and we can't wait to see you. When is Ray Donovan gonna be airing?
Well, we haven't shot it yet, so I should be back on the East Coast.
Okay.
I think we're talking about filming it May through June. And you know, those dates are tentative, but usually when Ray Donovan would air, it would be closer towards the fall. So if we're filming a movie, it would probably most likely be towards the fall, winter.
Okay.
Where it would air. Yeah. And but yeah, man, and I'm looking forward to whatever else I got going on, to where, because I've auditioned tons of stuff that, you know, something could happen and all of a sudden I'm letting you know, like, yo, I'm about to be in a movie
wait
with
a
like
minute,
Denzel or
we
whatever.
did. Like, what?
Yo, bruh. Well, that's the thing, and you can usually stay updated between my Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. I am Pooch Hall on Instagram. I am _ Pooch Hall on Twitter, and official Pooch Hall on Facebook. So that's where you can find me, get updated on a lot of things happening. But thank you so much for having me, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show. We
My
appreciate
man.
everything you do.
This is your boy Pooch saying peace. See you when I
Right.
see you. All right, Steve. Later, bro.
Hey, subscribe now.